Oh, all right. All right. Looks like we are good to go. Sorry, I had to get my TikTok going there. And then we can say, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Matters. Get my mic in the right position here. We're a little late, running a little late today, but it is what it is. Today is the big day. Today is, hey, good morning, Crusader. Um, so this is Morning Matters. Every morning I jump on here for a little bit, talk about the goals. And the goal is the objective of today is to get started your day in the right way. Put a little positive intentions into your day. Remember your focus. Remember your goals. Remember, the meaning of life is the meaning that you give to it. And that's why I call this Morning Matters, because I am Matt, right? And the morning matters to me, but it matters to you, even if you aren't Matt, right? So this morning, today is my first day of the new job. And I've made some decisions about my schedule based upon yesterday. So yesterday I had like a test trial. I haven't worked at like 9 to 5 jobs. All my jobs have been either in-home sales or work remotely from home or driving. For a while I was doing the Lyft thing when I was in between positions. And so the concept of like go to a building at 9 o'clock and not leave until 5 o'clock hasn't been a part of my life in quite some time. So I said, all right, well, let's do a trial run. So I did that yesterday, and I said, I made this schedule that I was going to do, and you can't really read it, but it says Morning Matters right here, and then my wonder if I could fix I got to work on my webcam for TikTok. It's way too. I look white on TikTok, but anyway. So the point being is, I said, all right, let's do it. And I got up yesterday, and I wanted to do Morning Matters. I said, let me push it back till 6 o'clock, and then I was up, but it just took me some time. I'm still figuring out the TikTok. I'm on stereo. I'm on YouTube, and I was trying to figure out the stuff, and then my camera didn't work, and my webcam sometimes just on my laptop just decides not to work, and I got to restart the whole computer to get it to work. So I didn't even start yesterday, so 6:30, but I got done at 7, and then I said, let's go to the gym. And I went to the gym, and I did I go to the gym 4 times a week, and I on the weight days I do push and pull. So yesterday I did chest and back, and then I do tomorrow I'll do shoulders and arms. Woo! Should probably drink something before I start this. Probably should drink water. So anyway, so I'll do shoulders and arms, and then I do legs on Friday, and then on Sunday I do just body weight stuff as far as that goes, and I'll do a full body workout. So, and then starting it on Monday, and then on the off days I go and jog. So I said, all right, so will I be able to wake up at 5 o'clock? And I said, oh, I may have to move back. Normally I wake up at 5:30, so I may move it back to 5 o'clock. And will I be able to wake up, do Morning Matters if I move it back a half hour, go to the gym, and then go to work? The answer is no. I will not be able to do all that. I mean, could I do it? Yes. But do I think I'll be efficient at work that way? No, because I don't know the people who go to the gym and then are like, oh yeah, I feel energized. Not me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older. But I go to the gym, and afterwards my body's like, let's go to sleep. So I was hurting after the gym, and I do 8 exercises. I'll do 4 chest and 4 back, and I jump rope in between. So I do just 30 jump ropes in between each set. So I get a little cardio in there as well. And Whew, yeah, it was tough. So I'm like, all right, as much as I hate it, much as I hate thinking about it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to work out after work. And I know, and it's, I don't know why I have such a stigma about that, but because I feel like I want to get done with work and then I want to like be done with my day, but it's not going to work. I'm not going to have the proper energy that I need to be efficient at work and manage a team and deal with sales and just have the proper headspace if I'm exhausted by 12 o'clock, 11, because I woke up at 5 and did all this stuff in the morning. So I'm going to still wake up in the morning. I'm still going to do 5:30. I'll still do Morning Matters. I'm going to leave Morning Matters where it is at 6:30 to 7, and then I'll just mentally prep for the day, and then go to work at 9, and then go and do my exercise and gym. What I'm thinking is I'm going to actually what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do is literally just take my gym clothes to work, and so that way I go from work straight to the gym, and or go jog, like, because if I take any time in between, I'm going to lay down and I'm going to get distracted and whatnot. So why am I sharing this with you, and why should you care? Because if you have your own goals, if you have things that you want to do, it's not, the process is going to be messy. That's just how it works. There's the saying, we make plans and God laughs, right? And so the idea is, sure, can you do a I'm always going between these two mindsets as to, be easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just stick to your goals and keep grinding and keep working and whatever. And then I have the other person in my head. I have the Goggins who's just like, just tough it out no matter what. Just go no matter what. Figure it out. Mentally tough. And maybe someday I get there to the David Goggins. Well, I'm never going to get to David Goggins mindset, but I still believe in the fact that, hey, make adjustments, make a plan, have your goals, make sure your goals are set, make sure you know what you want in life, make sure you're working toward, as long as you're working towards them at all times. And, the how you're going to get there is not important as the why you want to get there, and we think we know how we're going to get to our goals, and we try to make these meticulous plans, but the plans are not really that important. The goal is important, and that you focus on getting to the goal, and the how, there's that old quote from Martin Luther King. It's like, and I'm gonna butcher it, but it's about the staircase. It's like, you don't have to see the entire staircase, you only need to take the first step. And it's like, every day, can you wake up, set your goals? Now, there are disciplines that you should do. Like this morning, I'm doing I'm sweating right now. Jeez, let me turn my fan on. Just realized, like, I'm sweating down my back. But I do my squats and my push-ups every morning. I get up and I do that. I actually am going to start adding in, now that I have a little more time, that I'm not going to be going to the gym. I'm going to add in some stretching and maybe some yoga. I don't know. I got to do something for my shoulders. Add something in there other than just the push-ups and the squats. But I do that, get the blood flowing, address my legs, address my chest, and get a little sweat going, and then plan the day and come here to Morning Matters, right? So that's how it works. But the thing is that, yeah, you're going to have some disciplines. You want to have some things that you do every day that you just stick to, but also understanding that, hey, I have my goals. Here are my goals. Let me focus. And one of my disciplines is reading my goals every day. And that's why I come here on Morning Matters and do it with you. Now, TikTok actually has my goals on it for once. I figured out that yesterday. I sat around yesterday, and instead of watching Monday Night Football, I said I'm going to spend some time learning TikTok Live. So if you want to see me on there, I'm up there as well. And every day we go over the goals. So I go over my goals, but you should take some time and go over yours. I do this for me, but my objective is to give you guys the mental time. Like, should you care about my goals? I don't know. Maybe you do. It's nice I mean, I don't need you to, unless somehow you're going to help it, and you are helping it actually just by being here and listening. So I do appreciate you. That's not what I'm saying, but the purpose of this is to set an example, and for you to do it yourself, for you to sit down and say, let me make my goals, let me make my dreams, let me get my day off to the right way, and let me remind myself as to what I'm doing. So again, actually, before I bring these up, let me go back to this. Got to remind you what a goal is. There are 3 criteria for a goal. Number 1, it has to be measurable. By the way, I say the same thing all the time, but it needs to be said every day. Is goals are, language is important. It's important that when we say things like, people use words and they say, well, this is how I use the word. Well, the meaning of words is that we all agree upon the word. All right. If everyone doesn't agree upon the definition of the word, then it makes the point of language useless. Right. It's like when people say the truth versus my truth. I'm like, well, your truth is fine for just you, but it doesn't work for anybody else. Right. We have to have objective truth and objective ways of communicating. So when we have to agree what these words mean, and then therefore, this is why, not to go too much on a tangent, but one of the things that I disagreed with when Charlie Kirk would argue with people is that they would say something like, well, what is a woman, right? Define it. And I understood what he was doing, but he was being dishonest with that. And so it was dishonest arguing. So the point being, though, is we need to define our words. If we don't all agree on what the word means, and it's not like the word has language is made up. It's a measuring stick. Things that are measuring sticks or representations of reality are things that we make up that are tools. They're useful tools. Words are useful tools, but they are tools. And so they're tools for us to communicate. So when I say the word goal, let me swing this back around to the point here. When I say the word goal, what I mean is an actual, is the definition of a goal for me is, and that I would like to use with you so we understand the same things, is something that is measurable, right? So a goal is not something that's like, oh, I want to make a lot of money, or I want to lose weight, or I want to be happy. These are not goals. These are desires. They're things you can want, but they're not goals, right? And the reason why is because they don't give you can't say you did it or you didn't do it. Make a lot of money. What's a lot? Like, how do you know when you've reached the a lot? I made $1 million. Well, if you talk to a millionaire already, who's already a millionaire, they would say $1 million is a lot. If you talk to a billionaire, they would say $1 million is, nothing. Elon Musk would be like, $1 million. Yeah, I have that in my back pocket, right? So what is a lot, or a lot of weight? What is a lot of weight? A lot of weight to me is different than a lot of weight to somebody else. Or be happy. Just, you could be happy anytime you want. Just change your mindset, right? So the point being is it has to be measurable. All right. I want to make X amount of dollars. I want to lose X amount of pounds. I want to, whatever. Happiness is just a byproduct of hitting your goals or attaining your goals or striving towards your goals. All right. So anyway, first thing is it got to be measurable. So do you want to do this for yourself? Write them down. Come in here each morning and read your own goals. You can put me on mute for a little bit while we read the goals. But first thing is, it has to be measurable. Second thing, it has to have a timetable. It has to have an endpoint. It has to say, okay, I hit the goal or I didn't hit the goal. My goals are for when I turn 50 years old, which is September 13th, 2026. So I got less than a year to go, less than 11 months to go. So these are things that I'm working towards. And it's funny, as I've gone through the goals, TikTok, you can see some of them down there. As I started writing these, I've been doing this for a month now, more than a month, just doing this every morning. I think I missed one day. It's funny how like this job just appeared, like I quit my job in September and immediately, found something else that is going to get me even closer to my goals, and the workouts and the things of happening. So what point of the goal of speaking this every morning and reminding yourself of what you want is because most of us just wake up in the morning and just react to the day. It's like, what do I have to do? Right. And my shirts, I knew my new shirts that I just made my Shopify store. The first thing it says is we don't got to, we get to. have an attitude of gratitude, and so you don't got to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You get to do things. We get to wake up in the morning. We get to have goals. We get to go to work. We get to, see our family and the things you should be happy about. So there are people who don't get to. There are people who didn't wake up this morning, and so we want to be appreciative of the things that we have, that we get to do, right? And so shirts are coming soon. I'm going to get one for myself and wear it during Morning Matters. And so the point being is goals have to be measurable. Goals have to have a timetable. When do they finish? Is it a month? Is it 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, 10 years, 5 years, whatever they are? You want to have an end point. When do you hit it? And then the last thing that needs to be a goal, it has to be written down. So you could see a TikTok, they're down below me. And for those of you on YouTube, there we go. There they are right there. So I'm going to read them right now. Hopefully you take the time to write out your own goals and read them to yourself. So this is what I will accomplish before the age of 50. All right. So financially, so I have like my main focus goals. Like I wrote a whole bunch of goals. Actually, I have a workshop where we write down 100 goals, and writing 100 goals helps you just expand your mind. And it's not 100 goals. It's 100 dreams, right? It's a dreams workshop. But then you take the dreams and you work them down into goals. And then you even work those down more into, if these particular things happen, if you could, wave a magic wand and you could fast forward a year in your life, or 6 months, or 5 years, 10 years, whatever your time frame is, and which of these things, if you had to choose like 3 of them, if they actually came to fruition, what would you be the most excited about? And so for me, I only had 2. I said, look, if by the age of 50 I made over $160,000 in the next year, that would be, and that comes out to $112,347 after taxes. So I would be happy, because and now all these other things were side missions or other goals, but the top one is the main one. But also I would like to decrease my bad debt by $25,000, buy $10,000 of Tesla stock, save $7,000, put it in a savings account, and raise my credit score by 150 points. Right. And then also, and health wise, I have all these other things. I am diabetic, so lowering blood sugar and going to the gym and these other things. But I said the main thing, the number one thing that that would make me the most happy, but I'm going to strive for the most, is get my weight down to 250 pounds. As of this morning, I was 297 pounds. So I got 47 more pounds to go. And, but also that would help with lowering my A1C, get my average blood sugar under 150. It was 182 today. Complete my half marathon. So by jogging, I can get my aerobics up so I can get there. Bench press 315, squat 225 for 10. So these things are things that I'm working towards. And all these things are things that I'm doing, like jogging, and every morning I do push-ups and squats. So all these things are on, but the main focus for me, what would make me the most happy, and my main goal is, as you can see there, let me readjust this, is to get to the 250 pounds. Why? Oh, do I do it that way? No. Oh, well, my disciplines, I'll move myself up there. Anyway, so what do I have to do these things? Disciplines, follow my weekly budget. I still got to make that video, right? I make a weekly budget video. I will make that video. Today I go to work for the first time, so I'll actually figure out what my pay schedule is and whatnot, and I will make that video. I'll put it up on my Patreon, so you can see how to do a budget, and make daily videos and weekly podcasts. So my daily videos, I do a daily. This is my daily video, right? I should call it a daily podcast, right? This is my live. And weekly podcast. So I do This Matters, where we talk about things like Tesla. We talk about humanity in general. We talk a little politics. By the way, when I say politics, I got to think of a different word than politics, because it's not like the right is correct and the left is correct, and I'm MAGA and I'm liberal and blah blah blah. I don't really talk about that stuff. It's more of, how do we fix everything? How do we come together and have civil discourse and fix the problems? How can we find the things that make us come together as opposed to separate us? So that's what This Matters is about. One of the ways I feel we can fix things is just technology ourselves out of it, which is why I talk about Tesla a lot. So I do This Matters Wednesday night, 8 p.m. I also do it Saturday at 12:30, and then I do Cosmic Matters, where we talk about things like space and philosophy and what's going on in this universe here. So we do Cosmic Matters on Sundays 10 to 12. So that's the current schedule. For if you want to see all those things, you can see those things here on Philosophy Man 76, either on TikTok. I do a TikTok, I do it on YouTube, and then I post it up on Spotify if you want to see it on Spotify. I just do Cosmic Matters on Spotify. And then health, daily exercise and follow the diet. Yeah, daily exercise and follow the diet. Cool. I do that every day. Diet, I fell off on yesterday. I'm trying to figure out these fasts, man, and they're so hard, and I don't know why they're so hard. It's just well, anyway, whatever. Morning squats and push-ups, I've been doing that every day. Gym 4 days a week, jog 3 days a week. Today's jog day. I'll do that after work. And then 2 24-hour fasts a week. These are the things that are killing me. Those 24-hour fasts are killing me. I tried to do it yesterday, and the thing is, I think I eat from boredom. I don't know if anybody else does that. Like, I get bored and I just decide to eat things. So I think once I actually start working 9 to 5, I think it'll actually be easier for me not to eat. And now that I'm thinking about it, the first time I did the master cleanse, and I did it for 7 days. No, I did it for 10 days. Holy crap. I actually fasted for 10 days once. And I did that, and I was working. I was working at Kaplan at the time. So I was able to pull that off at work. So I think because like yesterday, for example, was just tough because I just had the whole day and I didn't really have much to do. I sat and learned some TikTok stuff, and I didn't have like my mind engaged in anything important in my mind. So it was too much willpower to just not eat anything, not to go down and eat. So we'll start the master cleanse tonight. I'll do the senna tea tonight, and then we'll throw the lemon water together, and we'll get through a day of work tomorrow and see how that goes with the fasting. So those are the goals. Those are the disciplines that we're working on. And there you go. So today, like I said, going to work at 11. I actually start usually at 9, but today's the first day, and they wanted me to come at 11, so they had everything prepped for me. Up until then, I'm going to work a little bit more on TikTok here and see if I can fix a couple more things, make my TikTok live look a little more snazzier. And yeah, that's it. So good morning. Oh, birds. Yeah, the birds are out there. They're fighting. They were fighting a little bit more in the beginning of the show. I just forgot to mention them, but the birds are out still fighting every morning. That's their discipline. Wake up in the morning and chirp and scream and yell at each other. So, but anyway, thank you for joining me this morning for Morning Matters. Hopefully you set your goals. Hopefully you set some intentions for the day and you gave yourself some direction. And I will see you tomorrow for Morning Matters. Oh,